Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. I'm excited about this morning's talk. I am joined with the one and only Miss Bradye Robinson, guys. And let me tell you something today. The information we're going to share with you is going to be very, very helpful. Most people don't realize we're about to finish what I call the first quarter review for 2021. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. And so you've got to get to the point where you start to realize, I'm going to do something different to get something different. Bradye Robinson, how are you doing this morning?
I am well. Good morning. Good morning. Monday morning. Let's get this week started. I am well. Looking forward to this morning. Trying to help the people wrap up this first quarter and go into this second quarter strong.
Yes. Well, I know Monday morning, got to get the kids ready for school. And just there's so much to be done. And I appreciate the fact that you're taking these Mondays out and deciding, you know what, I'm going to help provide information that's been helpful for me. And that's really what it's been. It's been information that I've learned over the years, information you have learned over the years, that when it comes to moving ahead, we've got to address the money subject. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't preparing themselves to talk money in 2021. And there is no shortage of money in the earth.
No, it's not. There is not a shortage. It's not a shortage. It's reciprocated. It's like a cycle. It just gets recycled. It goes round and round and round. It may touch my hands and it may touch your hands soon, but it keeps going. It keeps flowing.
Yep. You know, there are people who say they want more. Mm-hmm. But they don't want to do the work in identifying the more that they say they want. You know, one of the things I've been pushing is that everyone has to get to the point where that you don't forget the lifestyle you promised to yourself. It is what you said you want. I remember talking to you at one point and you said, I wanted a home. Mm-hmm. I want a paid off car. I want an emergency fund. I want to be able to vacation. I want to be able to take care of my kids. And so we can have our heart's desire, but our heart's desire requires work. It requires discipline. It requires a level of determination. Go ahead, before we dive into our points, tell our viewing audience a little bit about Bradye Robinson and your story of bringing yourself to a place of financial stability, carrying yourself to financial prominence.
Yes, thank you. Okay, guys, I'm Bradye Robinson of Robinson Empowerment Group. I am from Dallas, and I am a budget coach. I am here to help you reach financial freedom. And the way that this journey came about was just basically hitting rock bottom with my finances. I always been a person to take care of your credit and keep some money saved. Well, life happened. Fast forward, going through just life, just moving into the new phase of life, and credit got bad. Cars start getting repossessed. Notice I said cars.
Wow.
Cars start, I had a job change, lost a really, really good job. So I started over. Then I became a mom, and it was hard, and just making myself stick to a budget became a challenge. That's why I understand how that it's not easy. It's not just something that just is a natural practice. You have to work towards it. So start rebuilding my credit. I wake up one day and like, you know better than this. You're not going to get ahead. You have to take care of your finances. So really start being intentional about saving my money, taking care of what needs to be taken care of on my credit, and trying to move forward. But what prompted me was watching everybody else have it, live the life. And I feel like, hey, they're no better than me. Why can't I have it? But I start watching them, and they were doing the work. And they were doing the work that I knew to do, but I had forgotten to do. See, most of us, we know what to do. We just don't do it. And I got tired of cheering everybody on from the sidelines, and I wanted a piece of the pie too. And I was like, look, I need a house. I need my car. I cannot do a mortgage and a car note. I wasn't at that phase of life where I could afford both. So it was one or the other. So I had to really work a lot of overtime, start a side hustle, things like that. So that's why I'm really glad to share with you all today, because this is what I've lived. I've went through this. I've lived this. I've worked with clients, and financial freedom is possible.
You said I got tired of seeing everyone else get their piece of the pie.
Yeah.
When most people don't realize, Bradye, there's enough for all of us.
It is, right.
There is enough for all of us. There is no need to live at the bottom. There's room for everybody at the top. Now, the interesting thing about it is most people aren't going to get there because most people aren't prepared to put in the work. You mentioned that you are prepared to put in the work. How important is it for us to get past pride when it comes to dealing with money?
For pride will hold you back. It will hinder you because it will keep you from asking for help. It'll keep you from being honest with the person that's trying to help you with your finances. That is a big one. In my coaching program, like the consultation, it's crazy because that's a big one. If we can get past the pride and the embarrassment, I can help you. Yeah. I can help you, but I understand. I get it because I felt like at that time, I was in my 30s. I'm 30 years old. I should be making more money. Okay. So I feel like I should be making more money. So I'm embarrassed to sit down and tell a coach, I get it. I understand how the pride will keep you stuck. But what I tell my clients, when you get up and walk away from my table, your numbers go with you. I deal with so many people. I don't remember what people make. That's not what I'm here for. So don't be embarrassed to me. I mean, y'all got to remember, when I was trying to buy my house, I had to take a job at a collections agency making $10 an hour. I've been there. So don't be embarrassed. Don't let the pride keep you stuck.
So there's a place where you have to decide, listen, I'm going to do what I have to do. $10 an hour, if that's going to be what it's going to take to get me to this place of financial stability, which every one of us should have to some level of financial stability that speaks to the fact that, you know what, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. So if I have to do a side gig that's going to give me an additional $10 an hour, my goal is to bring myself to a place where I am doing well financially. Talk to us about pushing past, again, because I believe that there are just a whole lot of people who won't sit with the coach because they don't want to reveal, listen, this is where my credit's at, this is where my account's at. And here's the deal. Most people don't realize you created your financial mess.
Yeah, that's true.
And someone is assigned to help you to get out of that financial mess. But you're going to have to now decide, listen, what I want in the future is so much bigger and better than my little pride that I'm trying to protect, my little ego that I'm trying to protect. Listen, man, don't fake it until you make it. Work it until you make it. You got to tell yourself, I got to work this thing. Bradye, we're talking management today. We're talking management. There is a right way to manage your money, and then there are people who actually haven't been managing their money at all. Before we dive into our money, what are some of the common practices or ways you see people dealing with money that does not come under the more disciplined, restricted, healthy practice model? What are some of the bad habits per se?
Some of the bad habits, what I see is people just waiting for payday, and they don't have a blueprint for their money. That meaning, okay, I get paid. I know I need to pay my phone bill. I need to pay my water bill. I need to pay this, and then I'm done. And they think, okay, my bills are paid, so the leftover, I can go out there, and I get it. We work hard. We want to treat ourselves. I understand that. But you do just realize a whole paycheck just went to bills and possibly out to eat or a moment of pleasure because you feel that you need to reward yourself for working hard. We got to find different ways to reward ourselves. Rewarding yourself does not always mean burning through your budget. The bad practices that I'm noticing, people are not, if you ask somebody, how much are your bills on a monthly basis, they will estimate. You should know how much your bills are running on a monthly basis. Know what's coming in and what's going out. I know I always push budget, and I said I was going to kind of stay away from that today, but budgeting is so key because it is the blueprint for your finances. It is the guidebook. It's the playbook. It tells your money what to do because guess what? Money is powerful. It can be, and it will have you all over the place spending where you never intended to spend. I see bad habits of overspending, spending without thinking. and loaning money and borrowing money without a plan to recoup that money. Yep. That's a big one. Wow. I don't know what's going on right now. And here's the thing right now. We're in the first quarter, so we're wrapping up. We're on tax season, guys. I have some stuff for you guys on that. We do know we're going to get another stimulus check. So money is flowing in. I've been telling y'all that money's pouring in. It's pouring in. But guys, this is an opportunity to give yourself a little breathing room. Yeah. And the bad habits, dismiss them one by one. You know what they are. You know if you're going to Starbucks too much. You know if you're going to Chick-fil-A too much. And it's easy to do. You don't have to just put yourself on a financial diet right away and just, I'm going to do this, and this. That's too much. Just like when you fast. I'm not going to eat this, and this. Well, maybe for me, I'm just going to start with breads, because if I say bread and meat, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to be honest. So just, guys, with your finances, with your budget, start with one little thing. What is one thing you can shave off that's costing you? You know, what is one day of the week that you cannot spend any money? Yep. So that goes back to what we learned in effective living, preparing yourself for the day. You should have a list. If you properly prepare yourself the night before, you can have a no spend day, meaning you don't spend any money because you have your gas, you have your lunch packed, you have your coffee made, things like that. So just helping people identify their bad habits, which is spending carelessly.
Bradye, that is so important. Let's talk about, just for a few minutes, the fact that our society is built around the idea that when you make more, it just devours it. I mean, so to earn higher is not necessarily to be financially free.
That's true.
Because most people, when you earn more, you would find that your expenses and practices normally attacks the more, that before you know it, you say, you know, last year they gave me $1,000 a week raise. That's huge, right? But I promise you, someone getting $1,000 a week raise, you check them out a year later and they'll still be saying, you know what, I can barely make ends meet.
I need more money. I need more money every time. That's true. I hear that from my coworkers at work. I mean, we get a bonus, get a raise. That's true. Because the more you make, your lifestyle goes up to meet it. Yeah. Okay. So you have to be careful with that. Here's the thing. Study some of the greats. Study some of the wealthy, like the Warren Buffetts. Study some of the ones that didn't run out and buy a new home. Yes. I mean, if you can find a level of contentment in some area of your life, that'll keep you, that area of your life won't eat up your finances. So what I'm saying, what am I saying? What does that mean, Bradye? I make way more money. I feel like I need a better car. For me personally, guys, I'm ready for another car. I feel like I work hard. My car should say, hey, she is 44 and arriving, this and that. But hey, do you know how hard it is to not go on that car lot and not go get a car? I have to be content and say, we're in a pandemic. You're not going anywhere. Who's seeing your car? Your car is parked in your garage for 3 to 4 days at a time, and you want to go out and get a $500 car note for it to look pretty in your garage. Think about that. So once I talked it out, it didn't make sense for me to go get a new car right now. So when you start making more money and your finances go up, that's when you need to reevaluate and look at your budget. Everything is just like your goals. Because remember, like you teach us, Coach, you can't just write your goals at the beginning of the year and they're going to ride all through the year. Things change. What you wanted in January may change in September. So when you get a raise, you need to reevaluate your lifestyle. And it is okay to increase a little. You work hard, that's what it's for. But the extra, don't let it be eaten up by your lifestyle.
Wow, that is so good. Don't let that extra be eaten up by your lifestyle. Discipline is necessary for good financial stability to occur in a person's life. If you're wanting financial stability, you're going to have to discipline yourself. Bradye, I was remembering a conversation I had with my son. I just bought a car, and he said, Dad, I like your car. And I said, listen, I had no car note for 4 years.
Right.
And in that 4 years, just as you mentioned, Bradye, there were many times I drove past a lot saying, oh, I should get a car. Oh, I should upgrade. Oh, I don't have a car.
Or the ridicule from your peers.
Yes.
You know, people, my peers, Bradye, when you gonna get a new car? What's your dream car? Or you know, the ridicule from your peers, the Joneses will have you too. Yes.
Listen, Bradye, it is a known fact that the system has structured itself in a way that as soon as your car note is about to be paid off, they start sending you slips in the mail. It's like they're tracking. They know you got a note, and they know you're 6 months away from that note finishing. And so I think it's the Millionaire Next Door.
Yes.
I learned that the average millionaire keeps their cars. This is those who earn their millions, not those who are
not inherited. Not inherited.
Yeah, these are those who earn their million. They keep their cars 3 to 5 years above that of the paid off date.
Yeah, that's true.
And so
they don't buy brand new. They don't buy brand new. They'll buy like 2 or 3 year old cars.
Yeah, Bradye, in addition, there are a lot of people, they have become so accustomed to how the system is taking them into managing their money rather than managing their own money, that what they're doing is they're always now, watch this, there are some people in the last 5 years, they've always had a phone note, a phone bill.
Yes.
I'm talking about they're upgrading the phone every week or every year. So the phone, I'm not talking about the phone bill.
Right. I'm
trying to help someone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to help someone. I need you to take control of your money. In 2021, if you're a part of the Effective Living community, if you read my book, if you got into this book, man, listen, if your money is funny, your life is going to be challenged, okay? If your money is funny, your life is going to be challenged. And at some point, you got to tell yourself, listen, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to live another broke day in my life. I'm going to have to learn how to manage my resources. And Bradye, it's not that God is not allowing us to make the money. It's managing the money. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about managing the money that we have. We are supposed to be good stewards of our provision of what God has given us, right? So it is our job to properly manage the income that comes to your home, that comes to your hand. We often wonder why we can't get ahead, how we handling what's been given to us, right? So much is given, much is required, right? So he's blessing you with a paycheck. Even if you think this measly paycheck is not enough to pay my bills, it's still provision for you to live. So manage it properly. Here's the thing. Write it down, know where it's going, and allocate your funds appropriately. Pray over it. Ask God for a financial breakthrough. Ask God for a financial blessing. And let me tell you, when I do that, I'll ask God, Lord, I need a financial blessing. I need a financial breakthrough. I would love for a bag of money to just be on my front door to fall out the sky. But unfortunately, I'll get an email that overtime is available. So, but hey, he may not give you the money, but he'll give you resources or ways to make it. So we have to be mindful of how we're managing the money that comes in. Now, first things first, when your money come in, you have to give. If you require anything, if you desire anything, that thing that you require and desire, you have to give it. That doesn't make sense, Bradye. I don't have enough money. I'm struggling. How can I give? How can I pay tithes if I can't even pay my bills? Trust me. Try for 3 months, and I guarantee you won't fail. You have to give. When your money first come in, see, I'm giving y'all signs of how to properly manage this money. So we get a paycheck come in. Okay, paycheck come in. First things first, my 10%, I need to go ahead and send that over to my church. Whatever your level of giving, or whoever, if you give it to a charity, if you donate, whatever you do that first. And for one, studies show it does give you those good feelings for your mind, and it makes you feel like you've done something and you've contributed. Next, after that, put some to the side for yourself. Notice I said give, put some away. I haven't even touched the bill yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we call that a friend of mine. I got this mastermind group that I've been hanging with. We talk about it called 80-10-10.
Yeah. Okay.
80-10. So you're living on 80. And you're doing the with the other 20, you're doing what you just mentioned. So,
and it's hard to do.
It really is hard to do. But after a while, we're human beings that if we discipline ourselves, it's amazing what we can do. It's true. Amazing if you decide to have baby steps and creep before you walk, and just understand that, listen, it's a journey. Financial freedom is a journey. It's bringing yourself into understanding that this is going to take time, but it can start. Let's talk about a couple of things that are common practices, Bradye, because I believe that there are people who says, you know what? I want a lot of money. But I've been saying that if you cannot manage $100 well, you won't manage $1,000 well. And there are people who are praying for millions, but the truth is they're not managing their $100 well. They're not managing, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the fact that one of the first things everybody should have, and study reveal that 80% of Americans actually don't have, I mean, at least a loose $1,000 in their savings account.
That is absolutely correct. And you know, I love numbers. I love stats. You are on the money. 78% of Americans do not have a savings account. 76% Americans cannot handle a normal, regular emergency. That's horrible. And we always say, get the $1,000. Get the $1,000. Once you get your $1,000, if that's not enough for your household, like for me, I have 2 children. For my number is $3,000, $1,000 for each of us. If we need emergency dental surgery, everybody got $1,000. That's how. But guess what? I started out with my goal was $500. I started out with. I mean, and when I got that $500, I thought I was doing it. It made me feel good because I done that. And I kept adding to it. And guess what, guys? I was adding like $10. Oh, I got an extra $10. Oh, I got this left over. And before I knew it, I had that $1,000. When I got that $1,000, being a single mother gave me a small piece of security. I felt kind of like, okay, I'm coming. I'm getting there. This is what the rich do. I'm on my way.
Yep. But in addition, it spoke to the fact that you're disciplined. Because, you know, a lot of us have been programmed. You got to lose $1,000 in your account. That means that's an outfit.
Yeah, or I can go on a trip.
I lose $1,000 in your account. You know what I'm saying? Ooh,
I can go to
you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm ready for Easter weekend. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, listen, I'm going to the Gaylord. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go rent me. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm not saying you got to learn how to enjoy life. You got to learn how to build enjoyment into the life, because I believe during our upcoming retreat, we're going to be talking about enjoying the journey. Okay. And that's a critical part of it. However, Bradye, the discipline to have that $1,000, but once what you said was, it's important for some people to say, maybe I may need to just know that I had $250.
Yes.
And then maybe get to the point where I have $500. And maybe get to the point where you know you're breaking generational curses when you have watch this, a loose $250 or $500 or $1,000 in an account or a saved aside, and you're not running towards it, paying, grabbing it and just use every time a little extra come, you find the quickest way to get rid of it. There are some people who are actually have built themselves to be that way. So we say, I think it's important that you have some form of savings, but I like what you said, Bradye. Start with maybe the $250, the $500, the $750, the $1,000, and then eventually you can get to the point where you say, hold on, $1,000 isn't enough for me. But there are people, Bradye, who want the bigger number, but won't commit to even the $1,000.
Yes, and they want the bigger number now. They want the bigger number right now, just like we want the big salary right now. You haven't been, have you got your degree? Have you studied in this? Have you worked in this area before? It's so many factors to it. Don't get caught up in looking at the big. That's why we talk about this. It's steps to it. It's levels to it. And it starts slow, guys. And it's boring. It's hard. You don't want to do it. But hey, start slow. Start with your first $50. When you get paid, put $25 to the side. Keep adding to it. But let me tell you what this does mentally, psychologically. Psychologically, you'll see the pot growing, and it'll push you to contribute more and faster. I guarantee it. There has not been one person in my coaching program that took the full 3 months to get to $1,000. Once they got started, it was like a game within themselves. Oh, I found some extra money. I'm not going to eat that. We're not going out tonight. And they're adding to it. And it became a game and a competition with themselves to build their bank account fast as they could. They're competing with themselves because you have it. It's in you. You can do it.
Yep. Bradye, how important is it to pay off all the debt as much as possible? Because obviously most people don't pay attention to the level of stress that comes from a bill that can't be paid. Absolutely. But what happens is we continue to add on bills when we can't manage the current bills or you know what I'm saying? You have this debt. You have credit card debt. You're constantly borrowing from here. You're borrowing from there. You're borrowing from there. So now there are some people, Bradye, who unfortunately they're not getting ahead because the level of debt. But this is not just regular bills. This is unnecessary expenses that have attached itself to you that is coming across like debt. Now, let me tell you something. Your phone, listen, my phone has been paid off for 2 years now. Okay? And somebody said, well, when you going to get the new one? I'm going to get the new one. But I'm not going to get the new one at the expense of me putting myself in debt. How important is it for us to pay off all debt?
First of all, there is nothing good about debt in the word, right? Yeah. So we do know that the Bible does not have anything good to say. The borrower is slave to the lender. All of this stuff, this is so true. It keeps you financially bound. Now, the debt, what people don't realize, they feel like, oh, I got a line of credit or like credit cards, things like that. They're looking at it to help them live above their means, but mentally it keeps you depressed. It keeps you down because this debt weighs on you like a heavy cloud, guys. It is important to take care of your debt so you can reach the financial freedom that you're trying to obtain, right? Yeah. So if all of your biggest wealth building income is your salary. If all of your salary is going to debt, that means you're sick, broke, frustrated, all of that, because mentally it starts in the mind, then it attacks your body, and you feel some kind of way. Pay your debt off so you can be free. Now, that doesn't mean pay off, discover, and then run it back up when it's time. Now that they've opened up the world and we can go on trips, that does not. No. Pay it off, get rid of it. The easiest way to do that, and I get it, because this is to my people that I was struggling. Like, I was making $10 an hour with 2 children, guys. I needed a credit card. I needed one at that time. And I mean, it helped me get through. But here's the thing. Once you elevate, you get away from that. But take it out of your wallet. Take it out of your purse. I get it. That's your piece of security for emergency purposes. And if you're disciplined enough, do that. But don't carry it with you, because guess what? Dominoes will become an emergency at the last minute when you have no cash. You will swipe that card. So getting out of debt will free you mentally and financially, guys. You want to do that.
Oh my goodness, that is so good, Bradye. Let's talk about the save the 3 to 6 months of expenses.
That's good.
You know, I mean, that's really important, because you just never know. You just never know when you go to work and the company closed down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or the company didn't close down. The company was forced to close because of a pandemic, and your job doesn't pay you when you don't work.
That's true.
But because you've been living and managing your affairs based on payday, you don't have the cush. You don't have the structure set up that in the event that you had to, for some medical reason, couldn't work. You find yourself in a deeper hole because you don't have any savings. 6 months, 3 months of savings, Bradye. You know, I've been working with people now. We're moving towards 1 year of savings.
Yes.
Talk about
that's
that
good.
3 months, 6 months, 1 year savings to ensure.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that 3 to 6 months of savings. That is like the best peace of mind. But let me tell you this, what I have discovered too, and it's a difference with men and women. Men get the men or what the stats show that when men get to the 3 months, they're good. Let's get my 3 months of savings. Let's go ahead and live life. We got a cushion here. We can forget about it. Let's put it there and leave it alone. Women tend to not be satisfied at the 3 month mark. We want that extra security. Okay, we got 3 months of savings, but let's go ahead and push for the 6 months. So I'm giving you guys that for my couples out there, when you come to that divide. When one feel like, okay, we have enough, one feel like, no, we don't. Just know that that's completely normal, but you do need the 3 to 6 months. Let me tell you why. It's showing here, it's taking about 90 to 120 days to find another job in your field when you are intentionally looking for better. Okay. Some people are getting jobs overnight, but to really research, it takes you about good 2 to 3 months. What are you going to do during that time? Just like we just went through a pandemic. At this point in life, we don't know what's going to happen. So have the cushion there. What I hope is that with the pandemic, it has taught people to be more serious and to look at their finances and to prepare. My clients rolled through the pandemic without a problem. We had a plan in place. I didn't know it was going to happen, but I knew something was going to happen. One thing I can tell you, it's going to rain. I don't know when, but it's going to rain eventually. But that 3 to 6 months is big because that gives you the peace of mind. You can put that 3 to 6 months aside. Now I can dig in. I can start preparing on, hey, I always want to take this trip. I got to get my kids off to college. You can start having some of the sweeter things in life, but it gives you that peace of mind, knowing that you have that cushion to fall back on.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is so good, Bradye. Before we close our talk out, there are some people who are a little bit above the 3 to 6 months savings, but they have not been thinking about investing. I remember a couple of years ago, you sat me down and you said, "Hey, listen, you're gonna have to get some stocks. You're gonna have to listen. You need to know your numbers on this. This is still a good time to invest. Talk to us about maybe investing." After you've learned how to put some money aside, you've now get to this point where you start saying, I'm going to invest 10%. I'm going to invest 15%. I'm going to invest 25%. Listen, the next 12 months, Bradye, I'm on this hustle, this drive, this determination to break into a level of practice that I've never done before. Because the truth is, there is no one better than you, ladies and gentlemen. No one is better than you. It's just that most people discovered what you may have not discovered or are disciplining themselves at a level that you're not disciplining yourself. There are people who are more strategic. And because they're strategic, they're getting rewards that you can get as well, but you're not putting in the work. Bradye, investing, talk to us a little bit about it.
Investing, guys, investing is going to be your next best wealth generating tool because we got your income, your budget. I mean, your income, your salary. That's number one. Invest. When you are in a position to invest, guys, start slow, start small, accept the fact that you are a beginner in your learning. Ask for help. Hey, guys, don't do high risk things when you're learning. Do low risk. Get help. Ask for help. What I tell my clients, usually what happens, they come in, they want to talk about investing right off. They don't have a savings. They haven't paid off anything. I want to invest my money. You have to be in a position to invest for you to see it grow properly, because if not, you're going to invest, but you still have debt eating it up. So next thing you're going to be pulling from your investments to take care of your debt. And you don't want to do that. Your investments, you start slow, you start small, and you start on a beginner level and grow from there. It's okay. I always tell, it's one particular stock I always tell people, start with this one. You cannot lose. Read, watch the news. What's going on? What company just opened? Look at the new companies opening. Who's about to be bought out? Who's about to be merged? Guys, those are huge. If any company is doing something big in the news, watch them, buy their stock, invest. Hey, but some people don't want to do the stock. I get that. Some people not good with that. My mom, she don't know anything about the stock market, but she will do 401k, Roth IRA, or you can make sure you're contributing to the full amount on your 401k. That is a huge investment. That is your biggest portion for the average working person. That's your biggest pot for your retirement. Your 401k, your IRA, your retirement. Those are huge investments, which are a little bit safer than jumping in there. Oh, I want to buy all this stock. Be careful with that if you don't know how to play the stock market game, but it's okay. Start slow. I suggest you do. What do you use most often? Is everything in your house Apple? Why don't you have their stock?
Come on, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving what are you frequenting them up? For me, I couldn't wait to buy McDonald's stock because McDonald's has gotten so much money. My kids love it. McDonald's stock never goes down. I just gave that to y'all. Run out and look at it. Chuck E. Cheese is about to close down. Their stock is dirt cheap. Somebody's gonna buy them. That's another one, guys. Go look at it. Pay attention to what's going on in society. Okay, here's the thing. When the pandemic hit, Coach, I went over there. Who makes Charmin? Who makes toilet tissue? Who's the company? Everybody buying all this toilet tissue and all these cleaning products. I'm going there. Look at what's going around. Ask questions, but start slow and start small and learn from there. We want to get in and just go with the big wigs. Do what you can do on your level.
Do what you can do on your level. I had to share this. I was like, listen, I'm going to share. Bradye is on right now, crushing it. And listen, guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the
You
channel.
have to subscribe to this channel. I sit up and watch these. I'll go back and I watch these videos while I'm working. And when I go back, I always find something that I missed. And so I have like a little log of stuff from your show. It's really good though. And then you can always share it and send it to other people.
Yep.
Like for me, I like that we're on the YouTube because my mom don't have Facebook, but she got YouTube. So I can send it to people that's not on social media, guys. Share this information.
Thank you so much, Bradye. I remember when you were talking, you said, "Hey, what is it that you use?" I mean, listen, my executive platinum status on American got affected.
Yeah,
because
American for you. I remember that you was flying every other week. You was going out of town twice a month. I'm like,
yeah. Hey, listen, I bought me something out American. I bought American Airline. I went in and bought some other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to do something different to get something different. Listen, no one's better than you.
Right.
Okay. All you need to do is you need to discover the things you need to discover and then discipline yourself at the level that you need to discipline and be very strategic. And if you can't do it by yourself, someone is assigned to help you. Someone is assigned to help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And let me tell you something. Pride will keep you broke. Pride will cause you to get sick. Pride will cause you end up with the bad end of the stick. You got to tell yourself, listen, I want to get better. And I'm going to reveal the fact that, listen, I am not good in this area, and long gone are my days of living from paycheck to paycheck, from crisis to crisis. Yeah. Don't forget the lifestyle you promised to yourself. Bradye, in closing, remind our viewing audience the importance of managing their money, please.
Okay, so guys, as I end this talk with you guys today, remember, keep the money mindset. Yeah, it can sound like it's not money, that's all we think about, but it is a large part of it. You have to keep the mindset, guys. You are in control of your money. This is just another area in your life for you to care of. But here's the thing. What I like about the financial aspect, once you get that mindset and you know that, hey, this is how I manage my money, you can get it in place and you can kind of sit there to the side and work on something else. It does not have to be the focal point or the sore thumb all the time. Man, tell yourself, I'm going to make some changes. It is just like if you decide, I'm going to start working out. I want to lose some weight. I want to eat healthy. All of this goes under the whole effective living because it's your whole life. And here's the thing. This is the part that's overlooked the most, but one of the most important because the money is the driving force for you to get to where you want to go. So guys, as you end your day, today is Monday. It's March Madness, Money Managing Monday. Decide today, hey, Tuesday, I'm not spending any money. Just try it, challenge yourself, and then inbox me, send me a message. Let me know how that's going for you. Be intentional about it. It's not just going to happen. You're not just going to wake up and be a millionaire one day. You have to work for it. Everything requires work, but you have to be structured. You have to be disciplined, but most importantly, you have to have accountability. Get you a coach, guys. Get you an accountability partner. Find somebody that is successful financially, shadow them, ask them, hey, I noticed you bought this kind of this name brand. Why'd you buy this over this? Ask the questions. I mean, just get there, build that rapport, but manage your money just like you manage your life. Just like as parents, we're good with managing our children, making sure, okay, get your breakfast, get this, get your books, get ready for college. We should do our own life that way too. So we can have the life, like he always said, that we don't need a vacation from.
Yep. A life where you're more in control is the
goal. Yes.
Life where you're more in control. When you have to, let me tell you something, your stress level goes up.
Yes, it does.
You want to be able to create a life where you have options. Okay?
Yes.
Anything that's not good for you, you can walk away from. Anything that's not helping you and that is hurting you and that is suppressing the gift that's within you, you're not forced to do it because you're broke. You're not forced to do it because your hands are tied. You want to live a life with options. You want to live a life where you're more in control of a lot of things. And the things you're not in control of, that's what you give to the Creator.
Right.
Bradye, listen, we're going to be back. We'll be back here next Monday, same time. But ladies and gentlemen, our goal is to help you to create a life you don't need a vacation from. And one of the ways we're doing that is my upcoming retreat. It's happening April 9th through the 11th. And let me tell you something. This one right here, Bradye will be at this retreat. We have other presenters that's going to be at this retreat, giving information that's going to help you to draw up a plan that allows you to take control of your life. Listen, guys, stop investing in things that's not helping you. Invest in the things that's going to help build you up and make you a better person. That's the goal. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same result. And then there are some people, listen, you may not be able to make it to the retreat, but here's the deal. You know that you're all into fitness and all into planning now to take control of your body going into the spring and summer. Well, guess what we got coming up? We have, come on, our Effective Living 5K Run Walk. And let me tell you something. People are registering as groups. They're bringing their family members. And we're going to be practicing social distancing. And it's virtual and it's in person.
Yes.
So if you want to be a part of the in-person experience, that's in Arlington, Texas. If you're wanting to be a part of the virtual experience, you could be anywhere in the world, and we'll get our shirt to you. You'll be able to represent and say, listen, all around the world, people are gathering for the 5K. Listen, guys, we're doing what we need to do to create a community of people that are getting better with age. That's what it's all about.
Let me say this on the 5K, guys. I remember for a fact last year before the pandemic hit, so many people had that on their bucket list, 5K. That was on mine. I know for a fact. I remember Nas. A lot of us wanted to do this. Guys, the time is now. We couldn't do it in 2020 because of the pandemic. Guys, I'm excited. This is my first 5K. I have a team of 6 that have paid. Get our team together. I'm looking forward to it because guess what? I haven't been able to hang out with those 6 people. This is a great way to give back because it's a great reason, fundraiser, fellowship, and get some exercise done. And I'm excited because I've never been able to do a 5K, so I'm looking forward to it. Hey, guys, and this 5K is very reasonable. I've been researching them. Sign up, join us, come out there with us. We're going to have a good time.
Just $30. $30. Go to ricardomiller.com, register today, and then tell your team, tell your friends, hey guys, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we want to join Ricardo and his crew. Listen, guys, we're going to be taking selfies. We're going to be doing nice, great runs. And it's going to be fun. Enjoying the journey is the theme of this year's Effective Living retreat. You want to make that money. You want to take care of your body. You want to enjoy the journey. Have a phenomenal day, people. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this talk with Bradye and I. Bradye, we'll be back. Thank you again. Have a phenomenal day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.